What's going on, beautiful people? It's Tim Sheaf here, out in the Peak District, out for a stroll. I decided to check out. I hit up Mick Murray and said, where should I go? He said, you know what's not far from you? 9 Ladies Stone Circle. So I'm on my way up this path. It's beautiful. Yesterday evening I released a video on my main channel about water, talking about water, something I've been on for a few years now. I don't like to speak about something properly until I'm really like in the experience of knowing it. I'm not just reading every blog and website and going, oh, this is it, this is it. I experience something, I share it. And there's certain things, certain knowledge you experience and you can get and you straight away it clicks. And some, like water, I think is important to, it takes time. It's such a gentle, you know, it takes time to carve a river. It takes time to understand how it feels in your body. And I guess the summation of it was, think about your water, drink distilled water over tap water or bottled water, unless you're buying maybe glass bottled Voss water. But again, it's not the most ethical if you're buying a new bottle every single time. So if you do, whereas if you distill it, yes, it uses electricity, but you can just use the water from your tap and then use distilled water. Yes, it is dead water, it's not living water, but it's got no nutritional value, no minerals in it. But that's not, we don't look at water for nutrients. We're not like, oh, a balanced diet is water with minerals in it. It's tap water as well. Make sure you get enough tap water. Like it's not part, people don't consider that part of diet until you start to talk about water and say distilled, and they're like, oh, but there's no minerals in it. Man, I tell you what, it's better than tap water. It's better than bottled water, in my opinion, experience. But the summation, the real head towards the long-term goal, that's the short-term solution to what we got. The long-term goal, where yeah, there he is. Can't zoom in on the front screen. The long-term goal is to get yourself an environment, a household, where you have that on tap on a regular. I left the house today with 1 litre of distilled water. I went to hot yoga, and at the end of class I drank the whole thing by accident and then realised, oh well, I'm on my way out. So I thought, well, you know what I better do? I better loot my piss. So I got that, and it actually is tasting good. I mean, it mostly tastes good, but considering I did yoga, it's good. But what I can do now is, I can pour this out. There's that. Bless this earth. There you go. Thank you. And I can top up. Yes, this is drinking out of plastic. This is Mountain Tim. Efficient Hydro Pack from Solomon. I'm not carrying glass up at mine. Sometimes I do, but some days it's just easier to roll like this. Topped up. Now you know the difference once you get into water, and you start to know the difference. I should have brought my device. I could have tested it. Next time I come back here, I will do. Once you get into water, you start to know the differences. Oh, one sec. My shoe's coming off. My shoe's coming off. It's muddy. You start to taste the differences between, you know, that between tap water, bottled water, distilled water. You quickly learn the subtleties of it as you become cleaner, more in charge of what's going on in your body, you become more sensitive to things. And then you notice the difference, living water, because distilled water is dead water, but at least it's, you can bring it back to life. you have that option. Then you can add monatomics to it, you can add mega hydrate to it, you can add spirulina, chlorella to it, whatever you want to do. This is living water. You start to feel how charged that is. And this is, you know, you've got to understand, science is unfinished. Science is so unfinished, and people think it's like definitive what's in water. Like this, what's in distilled water and spring water, they're trying to label like minerals. That there could be some rocks or something, and then there could be like zinc or something, you know, I don't know, certain minerals. But there's stuff that we can't assess, that we don't have a name for it, or it's not been found, that is in stuff. Like that's been running through the mountain or come down from the mountain And maybe there's something in that. Maybe there's something in its connection, in its movement. You know, people vortex the water. They have the two bottles and spin it through a magnet to vortex it to bring it back to life. There's levels to this thing, and to be so sure as to think, yeah, but it's dead, there's nothing in it, or there's no point to it, is a dangerous game for yourself and your health. It's not dangerous, it's you, man. It's you, it's your life. If you don't want help, I ain't gonna give it to you. But this is just me trying to offer those that are ready for it, that are putting in the work on themselves and starting to ask questions and starting to realise the answers aren't all what's given to us in the mainstream. There's more to it, there's more going on, and as water makes up a large amount of our body and is something we consume so readily without giving much consideration to what is in it, yet we consume a like vegan plant-based lifestyle. A lot of us have got to that point of awareness now. We've got to think about the water, folks. Get yourself, find a nice spring nearby that you can pop to once a week. I should top up some bottles, come back. It's not too far a walk actually from the car. I can top up from that. Right, just wanted to speak with that, share that live and direct in the moment. Here we go. I'm gonna get stung. Here's some more knowledge. Let me drop this. So I was thinking, why do nettles grow everywhere and then we just label it weeds? Oh, these friggin' weeds, these nettles all over the place. Like, nature is there trying to help us, right? I thought, if nature's there trying to help us, and as a friend to us, what is nettles? So what if I sting myself with the nettle, what happens? Blood flows to that area of my body, and that encourages healing. Like, that's what we do with cupping, right? We do with acupuncture, stuff like that. Well, acupuncture's not so much to do with blood flow, but cupping and that. People do things to send blood flow to the area to help heal it. So I thought maybe that's what nettles are about, and then I looked into it, and there is a thing called urtication. And people do it with arthritis, and they sting their joints with nettles, and it sends blood flow and it helps heal the area. Well, it's crazy. Like, knowledge, you can just, if you're open, you just think these things, and you realise, you know, I'm not saying that's it, let's all heal our arthritis with nettles, guys. But, you know, you start to realise, you start to open yourself up and start to look at things differently and with less fear. Like, oh, friggin' nettles. So the other day I was out hiking and the nettles covering the path. Got stung all over my knees and ankles. And I felt good since. I don't know if, I'm not saying it's because of that at all, in any way. There's so many different variables in life. But I'm not afraid of it anymore. I'll get stung and then I'll feel that tingle for a day or two and then it'll go. And it's just part of being human and being out in nature. This is a stunning walk. Stanton on Edge in the Peak District near Matlock. Right, I'll leave it there for now, folks. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll keep the content coming. I'll do more videos. Ask me questions on water and I'll do a video response on this channel, I think, answering all the questions I can, because we'll get there together. And give me, if you know things I don't, let me know as well. There is a device coming out that 7 Beaumart's working on called Fi Aqua, which I think will trump the distiller. If you're in Kangen water, let me know how your experience of Kangen water is, because I think that might be the next stage to look into. But for now, we've got choppers out here trying to spy. They know I'm out here. And a nice megalith outcrop back down into the jungle. Look where you're going, Tim. I'm just out exploring and I found this giant megalith with a hole in it. Found a really cool like pit with loads of sheep. Check this out though. It's like a sacrificial table for the sheep in like a real like dip. It's been dug out here. What the heck was this for? And in a way, it's eerie, but imagine in 100 years time you went into a slaughterhouse, how that would be the ultimate eerie compared to what this is. Some Harry Potter Death Eater shit. I'm gonna go change the course of history though. Gonna sacrifice 3 oranges on it. trig point. Found the trig point. Not gonna lie though, I'm finding it harder. I used to throw like orange peels and banana peels out in nature a lot. But in England I find it harder and harder. I feel like if it's not got the climate to grow it, it's not got the climate to biodegrade it. So I throw apple cores and things like that, and even like date seeds and stuff. But orange peels and bananas, for the most part, I try and take them with me.
Yeah, it's great stuff, thanks.
Yeah, no worries. Just found this little fella. Ding. One up. Doot, 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 doot. In this environment, I heard they grow around silver birch, and I was like, oh, the silver birch, might see some amanita. And there's another one, a bit older there. This is a bit younger, curved top. Is he poisonous or not? Seems like a pretty friendly environment. Be strange if there's just one crazy, don't eat this red thing right here, over here. Don't do it. We'll see. We'll do some research. Found another one at the foot of this silver birch. Little young though, I might leave him for the next person that comes along. Found the stone circle, 9 sisters. So I got these cotton candy grapes, which are delicious and fragrant and pungent, but they've not been washed. So we got one technique for washing them. I don't got spring water, but I got my own fountain. Yep, we're washing grapes right now. Cleaning all the supermarket nastiness off. Bringing them back to life with living water. Fresh. That's how we do it, because people keep looking at me strange when I'm walking past them carrying 2 bright red mushrooms. And I just say, lovely, aren't they? And they think I should be ashamed or something. Looking bait with the mushrooms. Lovely little spot. Sun's out, bless me up. Have some cotton candy grapes. This is life, folks. It's how it can be if you're open. Fresh. Got a little top up. On the way back down, wash these up as well in the spring. Don't take more than you can carry in your hands. Not sure what I'll do with them yet. Gonna look into them. I know there's certainly some negative ideas of it, but there's other stuff as well. There's people that say it's completely fine. There's people say it's toxic, like coffee's toxic, Coca-Cola's toxic. People still have that. There's a moment in the forest when I saw a patch of them, and I was just walking and I just glanced and saw it, and there was a real, like, deep, warm affinity, like before I could react, it was a subconscious reaction to it. Was like happy. I felt it. It was really interesting. So I'm going to look into them more. Maybe I'll just dry them out until Christmas. Maybe that's the whole story. Is I'll just leave these from now when they pop out in September, leave them to dry until December, and then, you know, got a nice little handle. Munch around it. Maybe they're meant to be eaten fresh. Who knows? I'm back at the car now. Big Hopper. What's going on, buddy? Thanks for waiting. And I'll catch you lot soon. Peace out.